Murray Bannerman gets the start. Back-to-back performances on the weekend. Had a good outing last night, but unfortunately got the loss. He's 1-4-2 in his last 7 decisions. Bob Froese, the former Philadelphia Flyer, gets the start for the Rangers. Froese has had good luck against the Blackhawks. He's 3-1-3 in his career with a .251 goals against average. Most of those victories coming with Philadelphia. He's
ready for the draw. Here's the draw right to Larmer. Quick shot. He shot it just wide. Here's Manson holding it in, trying to center to Larmer. He scores! Dave Manson's pass deflected off a skate right to all-alone Steve Larmer, and he buried it 1-0 Chicago after a minute and a half.
With so many offensive situations are created by draws in the offensive zone. The Hawks won the draw. The shot was wide. It went to the left point. Manson just tried to keep it in and get it to the front of the net. It hit a skate, deflected right to Larmer. And Larmer with the one-timer, which he's famous for, just buried it past Froese, had no chance on it.
Too well covered by Secord in front. Back of the goal it goes. Now the Rangers dig it out. Here's McPhee rolling right through the crease again. We're going to have a penalty coming up as Bob Murray knocked down a Ranger player. It's free into the Hawk zone. Brown chasing back. Bumped in the corner. Greshner knocked it loose. Ron Greshner on the near side. Rolled it in behind the net. Konopny trying to center. Duguay, he scores! Ron Duguay. Just outside the goal crease. There wasn't a Hawk player other than Bannerman within 10 feet. 1-1 now.
Both Hawk defensemen on either side of the net keying on the guy behind the net. The guy behind the net cannot score. He's the guy that's the least dangerous. But once you face him, you've got your back to the front of the net. Both defensemen playing him, and that leaves Duguay all kinds of time and room in front. Sandstrom just flipped it out, and Duguay with an easy goal off the post. But both Hawk defensemen key on the guy behind the net. He can't score from there. Leave him there. But the guy in front certainly can score, and that's what happened.
At the defense. Bannerman trying to clear, and got help from Watson to get it to center. Here's Savard over the line. Savard, back pass for Larmer near side. Savard is shaken up. Savard down, face down on the ice. Here's Bergevin going after the culprit. He hammers away at Jeff Jackson. Bergevin and Jackson, and now Jackson got in a couple of right hands.
Well, Bergevin caught him with one good one, and that put Jackson to his knees. Well, I'm not sure what happened, but Jackson picked up from Toronto. Not much of a hockey player, just utilized in the defensive role in this game particularly, and more of an antagonist, but apparently he got the stick up and Savard's still down.
Now the combatants are separated, but meanwhile Denis Savard is lying face down on the ice, and Skip Thayer is out to try to help. We'll update you in a moment. It's the Hawks 1 and the Rangers 1 on.
Penalties for charge number 14 of the Rangers, Jeff Jackson. That was all penalty 632.
Denis Savard was not hit with a high stick, but he'll have a sore back. Jeff Jackson cross-checked him from behind. Savard was relaxed. He had dumped the puck off. Didn't see Jackson come from behind him, and Jackson gave him the cross-check in the small of the back. And then Bergevin came across and started going at Jackson, and Bergevin will get a 2-minute instigating penalty and a 5-minute fighting penalty. Well, Savard, who's played in this is his 67th game, has missed 6 games this year, and he missed some games because of the death of his mother. He went home for the funeral, and then the other games he missed because of the swollen hand when he got in a fight with Mark Howe of Philadelphia. And Bob Pulford is irate.
You know, I know it was not long ago, Dale, that the Rangers were all crying foul when Dave Brown of Philadelphia blatantly cross-checked Thomas Sandstrom and could have very easily injured him badly. There's not much place in the game for the type of move that Jackson just pulled either, though.
That's for sure. Jackson, a fringe player at best, has got 8 goals in 57 games. What a battle in front as Brown trying to clear Duguay from in front. Duguay surprisingly strong. Everyone thinks he's a a glamour boy, but he's over 200 pounds and quite solid and very difficult for Keith Brown to move him.
Came to the near point. Huber held it in. Shot at far corner, centering pass, bouncing right to the goal crease, and the Rangers couldn't get there. Willie Huber along the near board. Hanging on to it, moves to the line, now the long shot, he scores! Willie Huber shot it at the near post, and Bannerman was, I think, anticipating a pass, and he just left. And it's 2-1 Rangers.
Well, you can't guess, and Bannerman gave up the short side. Huber on the far side had no play. He was looking to pass it. Moved from the board to the blue line. Stopped. Teed it up. Took a look, let a low shot go, and he beat Bannerman well inside. You can't give up goals on the short side. But Huber with no one to give it to. He's looking to pass it off. Stops, tees it up, and beats Bannerman. Bannerman well out of the net and into the center of the ice.
Here come the Rangers now, leading 2-1 on the near side. A centering pass deflecting right in front. Now cleared in behind. We're going to have another penalty coming up here. And Nyland, somebody hold him off. Gary Nyland tackled by his teammate O'Callaghan, or he would have gotten more as he was ready to really let referee Fournier have it. The Hawks are irate in the early going. They trail 2-1. Another Ranger power play after this on Sports Vision and BBM.
So Fournier not doing the Hawks any favors.
Line James Patrick gave it back to Podubny. Another penalty coming up. Duguay was knocked down by Manson, and I think the Hawks will be 2 men short now. What? Boy, oh boy, Ron Fournier really handing the Blackhawks a tough deal here in the first period. It's 2-1 Rangers. Back in a moment on Sports Vision and BBM.
9 penalties in the first 10 minutes of play. 7 of them have gone to the Blackhawks. If you wanted to, you could call a penalty on every play of every shift of every game. Fournier appears to be calling everything that Chicago does.
Here's the draw to the Rangers. Over the line, Brown tying up his man, but the trailer scores. James Patrick, following the play, got the loose puck and blew it by Bannerman again on the short side. It's 3-1 Rangers. And now a skirmish in behind the Hawk goal as Patrick was drilled after the goal was scored. Now a big scrum in behind the net.
Well, the breakout pass through the middle and almost sprung the player through the Hawk defense. The puck squirted loose to Patrick, who caught up with the play, and he blew it by Bannerman on the short side.
Jeff Jackson, who was the guy who clobbered Savard earlier, is the focus of the Hawks ire here. Preston is giving him a glass sandwich. And now the players are beginning to separate.
Lucien Devois, the former Canadian and Jet, and his second stint with the Rangers. A quick pass up to Jackson, who tried to split the defense. He took from behind. The loose puck goes to Patrick. Patrick beats Bannerman to the short side. And after Patrick scored, Nyland took him rather heavily into the glass. Secord and Devois had words, and then Nyland gave him a big shove.
Rolled it to Dion, back to Walt Podubny. He gains the line. He scores! Right between the legs of Bannerman. Walt Podubny with a 55-footer between the wickets, and it's 4-1 Rangers.
Well, the puck came around the near boards in the Rangers zone. Dion got a pass from Podubny. Kicked it up off the skates to his stick, dropped it back to Podubny. Podubny walks in, across the line. O'Callaghan is inside the line. Podubny cranks it up and right through the legs of Bannerman. 4-1 Ranger lead. Podubny gets his 39th of the year. Dion will get his first assist as a Ranger.
So Bob Sauvé down to our right here for the second period for the Blackhawks. This will be his first game action in 3.5 weeks. Being it into the corner. Willie Huber in behind the net now. Olczyk managed to take it away. And Olczyk leads the Hawks into the Ranger zone. A got around a check, moves and shoots. He scores! Olczyk from coast to coast. Beat partner at the blue line and then fired one up high off of Froze. And the Blackhawks with an early goal now trail 4-2.
Well, those are the things you'd expect from Ed Olczyk, game in and game out. Comes down on the off wing with one hand on the stick. He takes a look. He tries a one-handed maneuver around Karkner. It hits the skate of Karkner. Olczyk continues on and then chips it over the stick hand of Froze to give the Hawks their second goal of the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Chicago goal was scored by number 16, Ed Olczyk. His unassisted goal for Ed Olczyk.
Olczyk unassisted at 2:05. Sends it into the Chicago zone. Jackson beat O'Callahan to the loose puck, but O'Callahan almost put him into the upper deck.
Jackson's got his head down, doesn't see O'Callahan, and bang, he pays the price. He hit his head up against the partition. Kurt Fraser is going to get a penalty. Took a run at the defenseman and got the elbows up, and Presley better get out of there before he gets an unsportsmanlike conduct. Fraser took a chance at Jackson. Everyone's taking runs at Jackson. They both got their gloves and sticks up, but Fournier ruled it was Fraser that was the initiator.
Thomas Sandstrom into the corner. Podubny back to Sandstrom. The puck at his feet. Couldn't corral it. Now he does. Sandstrom to the deep slot. Patrick, the long shot. They score! The puck hit both goal posts and went in. James Patrick scores his second goal of the game. The third Ranger power play goal. And it's 5-2 New York.
Obviously, the key to the hockey game was the next goal. The Rangers able to capitalize on the power play. Patrick in the middle of the ice at the line, and Solvay screened. There were two Hawk players and Ron Fournier in front of him, and he was unable to see it till it was by him. Patrick with the second goal of the game, let it rip. Troy Murray went out to try and block it. Bob Murray was there as well, and so was Duguay.
Stole it, then lost it to Duguay. Ron Duguay, far side, two Hawks collide. Here's Duguay, a shot right on. And a save by Sauvé, who covers up as the Hawks had a little Keystone Cop routine going in their own end.
Froze made the stop. Rebound to Olczyk. Put it into the corner. LeVar. He's knocked down there. But covered in. They score! Olczyk, but what a play by LeVar. Back on a one-timer. But Marc LeVar paid the price to set it up. 5-3 Rangers.
Work their way to center. LeVar over the line. And behind the play, Kissio and Secord got the sticks up. Secord now gives him a shove. Melnick came in. Secord popped him in the jaw. And the linesman trying to keep them apart. And Pat DiPuzzo doing a good job between Melnick and Secord. Preston battling away with Duguay. Couldn't clear it. Dion held it in, centered it. A shot and a save by Sauvé. As LaRouche didn't really get off a good shot, but redirected it toward the goal. Sauvé trying to get to the bench, but the Rangers break up a rush and shoot it in. And the crowd now on their feet here in Madison Square Garden as New York breaks a 4-game losing streak. Puck cleared into the Hawk zone. Sauvé put it to the far side. 5 seconds to go. And the Rangers win.